Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And today we're going to be doing a two-player playthrough of a game called Naishi.
Yes, this game is designed by Mathieu Bieri as well as Alex Fortineau and published by Renegade Game Studios, who are helping sponsor this playthrough. Now in this game, we are in feudal Japan and we are trying to earn the most amount of prestige by developing our personal provinces.
That's right, this is a two-player only hand management game that plays in about 20 minutes, in which players will need to curate their own tableau of cards that are comprised of both structures as well as characters. But the catch is you can never rearrange your hand freely. And so today, as per usual, we are going to start with a quick teach of the game and we'll go straight into a two-player playthrough. If you'd like to jump around, we'll include timestamps in the description below.
Now, if you'd all do us a big favor, turn on your Klingon subtitles. If you make any big mistakes, we can add those corrections there or in a pinned comment. And lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we are ready to begin. So if you'd please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a two-player game of Naishi. Welcome to feudal Japan. Now, like we're mentioning, in this game, players are trying to earn the most amount of prestige by curating a grid of 10 cards, 5 of which are comprised of their line, which are the 5 cards on their side of what's called the river. And so before we continue, we should mention that when playing this game, you're technically supposed to be seated across from each other with one player's line at the bottom here and the opposite player's line at the top here above the river. And so for our playthrough today, my line will be down here while Naveen will be playing up here.
And we've oriented my line right side up so that you all can see it better.
Now, the way the game works is each player's line starts the game fully comprised of these mountain cards. In addition, each player also starts the game with 5 cards in our hand, 3 of which are also mountain cards. As for the other 2 cards in our hand, these are going to be comprised of development cards, which are the cards that you see in the river here. These cards are going to be either characters or they're going to be structures. But more importantly, each different type of development card has their own way of scoring at the end of the game. Because over the course of the game, we are going to be replacing cards from both our line as well as our hand with these development cards. And at the very end of the game, we're going to lay out our hand of cards so that we have a grid of 2 by 5, and we'll score points based off of all of our cards and game scoring conditions. And so as an example, our starting mountain cards here, if at the end of the game we only have 1 mountain card between both our line and our hand, then we score 5 points. However, if we have at least 2 of them, it's going to be minus 5 points. And so that is why we start with 8 mountain cards, because we're going to want to replace them.
Again, there's 5 in our line and also 3 definitely in our hand.
Now, the way the game works is the person with the white flower takes the first turn. If you play a second game, then you'll flip that over and the opposite player can take the first turn. And on your turn, you'll take 1 action. And in this game, there are 4 different types of actions that you can take. A majority of the time, you're going to take the action that allows you to develop your territory. And when doing so, you'll first choose a card from either your line or your hand, and you'll discard it and replace it with the development card that's in the same position. Now, that is a really important concept in this game. Each of the cards in our line are in one of 5 different positions, and they each correlate to one of these stacks that are in the river. So as an example, if I wanted to develop my territory and take this card, I would have to discard this mountain card because it's in that same position, putting that in the discard pile and replacing it with the top card of that stack. And now that is going to be scoring as a part of my line at the end of the game, as long as it's still there.
Yes, just because Monique did this does not mean that this card is particularly locked. She can always exchange this in the future.
Alternatively, instead of developing a card from my line, I can choose a card from my hand. However, the cards in your hand also must follow the same positions as the cards in your line. As an example, if my cards look like this in my hand without revealing them, this would have to be position 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you can never rearrange the cards in your hand. Pretending these cards were face up, if I wanted to take this card and place it in my hand, I would have to discard the card that's in that position first, replacing it with the field, if that makes sense. Again, keeping in mind that we're assuming my hand is face up. And again, you can never choose to rearrange your hand of cards freely, but there is going to be an action that allows you to switch to the positions of a couple of cards if you'd like to do so. Now, when taking the develop action, before or after, you can actually take an additional action, which allows you to put out one of your 2 emissary tokens, sending it to a free space on the Imperial Court board. And so each player has 2 emissary tokens, and the Imperial Court board has 2 different types of actions that you can take when sending out your tokens. So if I were to send out my token to one of these 2 spaces, again, it has to be free. This action allows me to discard the topmost card of 2 different draw piles from the river.
So this can be important if you're trying to thwart your opponent from trying to score, or if you want to see some better cards in the river.
Right, because you can place out your token before or after taking the develop action. Alternatively, this action here allows you to switch the position of 2 cards. Now, these 2 cards cards can be any 2 cards from the river. They can be 2 cards from your line, 2 cards from your hand, or 1 card from your hand with 1 card from your line, but they have to be in the same position. And again, that's going to be as if my position 5 card, if I wanted to switch it with one in my line, I would have to switch it with the position 5 card from my line.
Yep.
So the positions are very important. Now you may notice that the Imperial Court board has a third action here, and this is actually only available to 1 player per game. On your turn, as an action, so this is going to be instead of developing your territory, you can place out one of your available emissary tokens on that space, allowing you to impose an Imperial decree. And what this lets you do is this lets you exchange a card with your opponent. So you can either exchange a card from your line with a card from their line, again in the same position, or a card from your hand with a card from their hand in the same position. Now, throughout the game, you will not know what cards they have in their hand, so that is sort of a guess, unless you're keeping track of the cards that they've been taking from the river.
Yep.
But again, this action is only available to 1 player, and once that player sends out their token there, that token is locked in for the rest of the game, so they can never get that back. Now, the third type of action, instead of developing your territory or imposing an Imperial decree, is you can recall your emissary tokens, as long as you have at least 1 that is on the Imperial board. So if it were to look like this, because maybe I've taken these 2 actions in the past, then as my entire turn, I can recall both of them so that I can send them out again. But otherwise, those are the 3 main types of actions that we're going to be taking throughout the game, because like I was mentioning, the true main action is going to be developing our territories. We're going to be spending a majority of the game trying to replace our cards with better ones or just higher scoring cards, because there are 11 different types of development cards in the game with all different scoring criteria.
And we'll explain all these different development cards as they show up in the game.
Now, the last type of action that you can take is you can declare the end of the game sort of prematurely.
Yep.
As long as at least 1 stack from the river has been fully depleted, then on your turn as an action, you can declare the end of the game.
And of course, you'd want to do this if you think you're scoring better than your opponent.
However, once you declare the end of the game, then your opponent gets to take 1 final turn before you go into endgame scoring. Alternatively, if neither player ever declares the end of the game, then the game will end naturally as soon as at least 2 stacks from the river have been fully depleted. And if this happens during the start player's turn, then the other player gets to take 1 final turn. However, if it happens during their turn, then the game ends after that. At that point, both players will lay out their hand of cards in their correct positions.
Face
and again,
up,
we're assuming these cards are face up.
Yep.
And then we'll score all of our cards according to their endgame scoring criteria. And that is basically how the game plays. All of the cards and their scoring conditions will explain as we play the game, but it is a very quick game after all.
Yep.
Otherwise, I think we are truly ready to get started. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so during setup, like I was mentioning, 3 of our cards are mountain cards, but 2 of our cards are leftover development cards from the river.
Yep.
So amongst the 2 cards that we're given, one of them we keep and the other one we pass to our opponent. So I'm going to hold on to this one.
I'll pass this one to you.
I'll give this one to you. And then with your entire hand, including the one that your opponent just passed you, we're going to shuffle it. And this is the only time we're shuffling it. Basically decides our starting positions.
Yeah,
for all of
where
our cards.
everything is. So again, we have the line, which is what's laying out in front of us, and then we have our hand.
Yes, and that's going to form our 2x5 grid at the end of the game.
Right.
Okay, so looking at our hands from here, our positions are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yes.
From here on out, we cannot freely rearrange our hands. Now, when it comes to my line, again, my line is going to be below the river, and this is going to be positions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you did not join us for the teach, typically you're supposed to be facing each other with these cards facing your opponent. But for the purposes of the playthrough, so you can see it better, we played all the cards upright so that you can see them.
Yeah.
So Naveen's hand is going to be positions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like that.
Yes, my leftmost card will be the one that ends up over here, and so on and so forth.
Yes, it shouldn't matter too much, but this
Shouldn't
is just
be.
going to be for the end of the game when we actually lay out our cards.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go first because I have the flower tokens. But before I start, let's just kind of go over some of the cards that we have in the river.
Sure.
So we have 2 different structure cards as well as 2 different character cards because it's the same one as this.
Yep.
So from left to right, first we have the banner. At the end of the game, if you have a banner in your line, you're going to score 3 points. If you have 2 of them in your line, it's 8 points. But again, it has to be in your line and not in your hand.
And I do have something to note. Every single card tells you how many times it shows up. There are only 2 banners in the game.
Ooh.
So if you have both banners and they're both in your line, you will score 8 points.
Yes, it's a really tiny number at the bottom left-hand corner. Next, we have the advisor, who scores you points depending on his position in either your line or your hand. So if he's in position 1 or 5, it's 2 points. 2 or 4, it's 4 points, and in the middle, it's 3 points.
Okay.
So if you take the advisor, you really want the advisor to be in one of these two positions.
They're in some pretty ideal spots right now.
They are right now.
Based off the shuffle.
In addition, for each Naishi, which is another type of character card that is adjacent to the advisor, you score an additional 4 points at the end of the game.
And so each one of these characters or structures all have a specific symbol. So that's what you see depicted in the bottom right corner.
Yes. And just so you're aware, at the end of the game, any cards that are orthogonally adjacent to that card is considered to be adjacent.
Yep.
So if there are cards that are diagonal to it, it does not count. All right, moving on, we have the ninja. There are only 2 ninjas in the entire game as well. And basically what the ninja does is they allow you to copy another character card. So right before we actually score our cards, you would have to declare what it is exactly. And the character card that the ninja is copying must be present in your territory. That's in your line or in your hand.
You can't just make it up.
And finally, we have the rice field. There are 5 of these in the game. And these are going to score you points depending on how many adjacent rice fields you have in your territory. So if you have
big one.
2 of them, it's 10 points, 3 of them, it's 20, and 4 or more, it's 30 points. So again, they have to be adjacent. But those are all the cards that we have in our river. And again, there are a total of 11 different types of development cards. So as we see new ones arise, then we'll talk about them some more.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and take the first action. And of course, I'm going to develop my territory. Now again, before or after you actually replace a card, you can send out one of your 2 emissaries, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now. Instead, I'm just going to go ahead and replace my 5th card that's in my line.
Okay.
So this mountain card gets discarded. And in its place, you have to take the card that's in the river that's in the same position.
So you're going to get started on rice fields.
I'm getting started on the rice fields. And then go ahead and we flip this one over.
Okay.
So, all right. So here we have a fort. There are 4 of these in the game. And you basically score for these if they are in the corners of your grid.
Nice.
So if you have one of them, it's 6 points. 2, it's 12. 3, it's basically each of them that are in the corners are 6 points each.
Thematically, right? You want your fort to be protecting the outskirts, you know, so that everybody on the inside's safe. So you basically want them on the far ends.
That's right, because the theme of this game, after all, is you're building up your own province, right?
Yes.
So structures and characters. All right, that is it for me. So now it goes to you.
I had a direction, and then you revealed the fort card.
Oh, okay.
So that changed things a little.
Okay.
Because these 2 advisors are good. I mean, the max points that they can get. But that fort is going to get 6 points if I just put it there. So
and you really want the advisor to be next to a Naishi, who we haven't seen yet.
We haven't seen yet. Yeah. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to develop my territory.
Okay.
I'm going to get rid of this mountain. Because again, we only want 1 mountain max at the end of the game.
2 or more of these, it's minus 5 points.
So you got to clear out. So, okay, we're going to put the fort right where it belongs.
Okay.
There.
All right.
That's me.
And then we have another advisor.
They're all out.
There are only 4
There's
of
only
them
4,
in the
right?
game.
There's one more.
There are 3 of them here. And you did not want to take an additional action, right?
No.
Okay. So then it's back to me, and I'm going to develop my territory again. I might as well take one of these while I can. So I'm going to discard the mountain that's in my 2nd position here and take an advisor. So now this is scoring me 4 points
Very good.
because of its position. And here we have a Naishi. So this is the Naishi that we were speaking of. And Naishis only score you points if they are in the central column of your grid.
Yes.
So if the Naishi is in your line in the center position, it's 12 points. But if they are in your hand in the central position, it's 8 points.
Yeah.
But again, if they are adjacent to advisors, it scores the advisors an additional 4 points.
As nice as the Naishi is right now, I don't think there's a play where I can make something nice happen. So
don't forget about these.
I know.
You can swap the places of your cards.
I know.
With these actions. Okay.
I know. But I feel like if I do something, you're gonna undo it. So I'm gonna. Okay, fine. I will take Naishi. I will develop this territory. See you later.
All
mountain.
right.
Chucking that mountain out.
Okay.
We have a Naishi there.
If you didn't do that, I would have.
I know.
I would have developed the Naishi.
There we go. Oh, we have a Torii gate.
We have a Torii gate.
All right. So this one wants you to have 3 of them. So there's 4 max in the game. If you play 1,
yes,
you get -5.
Right.
If you have 2, they break even. But if you have 3 or more, you get 30 points.
Okay.
So it's quite a bit.
It's kind of an all or nothing.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, it's back to me, and I'm going to develop again my line. I'm just going full line right now.
Full line.
We're not touching any of our hands. Okay. I don't know why. We're leaving this as a secret, I guess. But I'm going to go ahead and develop this position here. You didn't take the advisor,
Well,
so
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I will.
Me taking the Naishi
Gave me the
means
advisor.
it gave you the time to get the advisor, because obviously I want to put this
It's
here
just 4
and then
points.
get that there. I know, but I want the...
A lot of other things that score way more than
I
that.
don't like the Naishi.
So,
there.
hey.
Oh,
Here, here we go again, Naveen. You're
that I
left
don't
with
like.
this
I
decision
do
again.
not like that at all.
Okay.
That's so bad. If you just get this one to come in here,
Yeah.
then it's just like massive points.
Oh, wait. before I end my turn, I can send one of these out. And I think I will do it. So I'm going to go ahead and send out an emissary token to one of these spots here, which allows me to swap two cards, basically.
Yep.
But they have to be from the same place. Like they have to either be from my line or from the river or from my hand. And so with this action, I'm going to swap two cards that are in my hand.
Okay.
So
I won't know what you're
this
doing.
won't mean anything to you, but I'm
Anybody
swapping
here.
positions 2 and 5.
Because of
There you
adjacency and because
Yes.
of you want to put things in place that you're willing to get rid
Yes,
of. Like
because
that,
as
yeah.
you've noticed, there are some cards where adjacency does matter. And
Yeah.
so,
You want to optimize basically your hand and then also the line.
yes, so that's it. That goes back to
That
you.
was good. Yeah. I'm going to also take one of these additional actions, but I'm going to do it before. my
Okay.
turn.
Because you are going to develop, right?
I am going to develop.
Okay.
So I'm going to drop this off here. We're going to trash some cards.
You're
We're
hate
trashing
drafting.
this Naishi
Okay, so it's 2 cards from 2 different
piles.
stacks. So this
That's
one.
one.
Okay. And then?
You know what? I don't like this ninja. Let's just get rid of the ninja.
Okay.
I know it changes things up a lot, but let's just get rid of him.
All right.
All right, one.
So let's see what
flip.
you have.
Okay, we got one of those and a Torii.
Another
gate.
Torii gate. This is, hey, you
that's
can
2
score 0
cores.
points if you wanted to.
It's true. I could.
This character here is the monk, and the monk scores you 5 points if they are in your hand.
Yes. Okay.
So specifically your hand, not in your line. In addition, they'll score you 2 additional points for each Torii gate that is adjacent to them.
Yeah, and the shorthand way to know just if it's in your hand or your line.
Yeah.
The line is kind of in this box above, and then a hand is anything below.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why this banner over here wants to be in the line because above.
Right.
Okay, so now I will develop.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and go Torii gate.
So what
Taking
are
it.
you? You have to
I'm going to
discard.
discard from my hand. It's going to be in my 2 position, so I have to get rid of the 2 position card. There you go.
All right.
There we are.
And that replaces that.
That does.
Okay. So then this is what the new card is. Oh, I believe this is the Ronin. At the end of the game, the Ronin scores you points depending on how many different types of cards you have in your
You
territory.
want a variety?
Yes, so 8 different types is 8 points, 9 is 15, and if you have 10 different types, it's 45 points. But I believe they are going to be characters and structures.
Yes.
So mountains do not have
They don't
those
count,
symbols. They
no.
don't count. And neither does the ninja.
The
by
ninja also
way.
does not count, yeah. And again, we are only going to have 10 cards total, so you really need a very diverse group of people in order to get that scored.
Yes.
All right, that's me.
So that goes back to me, and I'm going to take a develop action, but before I do, I'm going to take an additional action, the same one that Naveen took.
Trashing, huh?
I'm discarding 2 cards. The first one will be this one,
Oh, you don't want me to have a
Let's
second
discard
Torii
it.
gate? You want me to have -5?
a Torii gate, as well as the monk. I just do these 2.
That's good. Very good. Ooh, there's your rice field.
Okay, here we go. So this is a fort, and this is another rice field.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the rice field.
Yeah.
So I'm taking this, but I'm going to develop the position 3 card in my hand.
Okay.
So this is going out, and
So you
this
must have a
is
lot of rice fields.
replacing it.
Because you have 1 in your line.
Uh-huh.
You took 1 into your hand, but in the 3 position. Okay. Okay. There's nothing I can do about
Maybe
it.
it is
I
trying
could-
to
I could try
logic
to
through
hate
this.
discard, but
Okay. We have we have a new type of character here. This is the horseman. The horseman scores 3 points if they're in your hand, plus an additional 10 points if you have a banner that's in the same position but in your line. So,
Oh, I see.
Thematically, you want the banner to be, I guess, in front of the horseman in the
Yes.
positioning of your province.
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, this banner has just been sitting out here since the beginning. I've
Yeah.
been kind of intrigued by it.
You can take it?
I will take it. I'll take the banner.
Okay.
I'm going to replace it with this one right there
In your line.
in my line. Got to
Very
get rid of these
nice.
mountains.
Okay.
Simple
So
turn.
what do we have to replace the banner?
Oh, yes. I should probably do my part. There we go.
All right.
One of these.
One of those. That's a sentinel. The sentinel scores 3 points only if she is not adjacent to another sentinel.
Okay.
In addition, she also scores 4 points for each fort that
Yeah.
she's adjacent to. So you
'cause-
have some fort scoring here.
They go to the top of the roof. They're archers and they shoot down, but you don't want to
Mm-hmm. Yes.
be next to another one.
Oh, okay.
You want to be sneaky. I will use my emissary token.
Okay.
I'm going to switch the position of 2 cards. So I'm going to switch them from my line. I'm going to switch this one and this one.
Okay.
Let's just do something
So
very
your
simple.
Naishi into the center.
Where they belong.
I see.
Yes.
All right, so then it's back to me, and I'm going to develop. I'm taking this fort,
Yes.
and I'm going to take it into my hand. So this is
Okay.
going to be in the position 4 spot,
yeah.
which happens to still be a mountain. So let's go ahead and discard
Sounds like a
that.
setup.
And that's it for me. Now it's back to you.
All right. I am going to take a non-developed turn.
Okay.
I'm going to collect my 2 people back.
Oh,
My 2
interesting.
pieces.
Oh, what
Yeah.
are you doing here?
That's it.
Oh, but you didn't even see what this was.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure you want to do
Yeah,
that?
I'll still do it.
We have another Ronin. Okay, that's scary.
That was scary?
I was gonna do the same, honestly. So I'm just gonna do that now. Let's see what you do. So my turn is taking back my emissary tokens as well. And that's
right.
back to you, Naveen.
Now, don't hate me for this.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take one action that makes us switch.
I was gonna do that.
Will
This
you?
one.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
So you're doing an Imperial Decree.
It is locked.
What are you
I'm
swapping?
switching these two from the line.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
No, that's not that bad.
Did you have something better?
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
So Naveen is spending his entire action imposing an Imperial Decree. Now this emissary token is locked
Locked. I
in
only have one now.
forever, and I can no longer take that action. That action is out of the game. There
I
are
have to
three
explain
actions
this.
available. Hold on.
I went. Yeah.
But when you take this action, you can basically swap the places
Mm-hmm.
of a card from your opponent's either line with a card from your line,
or
same
hand.
position,
Yep.
or a card from the hand,
Hand.
same position.
Yes.
So did you want to explain?
Hear
yourself?
me out as to why. Once you took those back,
Yeah.
if this stayed here, let's say the mountain was still there.
Okay.
If you swapped this into that, that's too crazy. That's too good. Yes, because these are max 4/4.
Yeah.
You would have the 12. Well, in the 12 spot, and they would be both Naishi
Yeah.
next to two of them.
I was gonna do that.
I can't.
I snoozed.
I can't have that happen.
I blew it.
Yeah.
I was gonna do this last turn, but I didn't. I got a little
So I
bit.
survived.
I got selfish.
A little googly
Okay.
eyed. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, that's it. That's your
That's
entire
my turn, yeah. I
so
had to
it
do
goes
that.
Back to me, and I'm gonna take another develop action. Before I do, though, I'm going to send out my emissary token here, so that I can swap the place of two cards that are in my hand.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with the 4 and the 1 position. So those are swapped. And then as for my action, I'm going to replace the 1 position in my line with the Sentinel. Boom.
You got a fort at some point.
All right, so we have a ninja.
Ooh, ninja.
So again, the ninja, you choose what character the ninja becomes right before we go into scoring. But now it's back to you, Naveen.
Okay, I'll develop. Simple develop. Let's get rid of this mountain.
Okay.
And we are just going to put the roan in there.
Okay. Very nice.
There we go. So the way I see it is I have, how many different things? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're not too sure. I know you know about Torii Gate. 6, maybe?
Okay, so you need 8.
Oh, there's the rice.
Oh, we've got another rice field.
You're building rice, aren't you? I know you have at least 2.
Well, seeing as there's that, and I have a mountain in this position again, I am going to develop. But before I do, I'm going to send out my second emissary token to
You're doing
swap
a
the positions,
switching.
this time of 2 cards that are in the river. So let's go
shoot.
with these 2.
Let me guess, that mountain's going bye-bye.
And then I'm going to develop this position
Yeah,
in my line.
that's good.
So now you know I definitely have 2 rice fields.
You
that
have
are
3
decent.
rice fields for
And
sure.
this is the last card that is in. Oh, it's not the rice field, but this is the last card that's in this stack. Now, again, the game ends as soon as 2 stacks are depleted, or if at least 1 stack is depleted, as an action, a player may end the game. And if you do that, then the other player gets another turn. But if the
yeah.
game ends naturally and it ends on my turn, you'll get another turn.
Because you're first player.
Because I was first player. But if it ends naturally on your turn,
That's
then that would signal the end of
Okay.
the game. So get those mountains out.
Yeah, that rice being
Click.
there is really bad. Because
Okay.
if you, I know you have 1 rice field
Okay.
in your hand. I remember you taking 1. 1, 2, 3. You just lined this up perfectly. So you probably have it in your hand somewhere in this area.
Okay.
If it's here, then this just goes into your hand, and that's the 4 that you need for 30 points. I can't let that happen. I'm gonna have to discard. I'm discarding. There we go. I'm discarding this one, so this means that one of us, as an action,
Can end the game.
Can end the game.
Yes,
So this is out.
That is out.
Let's get rid of. Let's just get rid of the spy. Or the spy. What am I saying?
ninja?
The ninja. Yeah. There
Close
we
it
go.
off.
Close it off.
Okay.
All right. There we go. Oh,
We have another fort.
fort in a very good spot.
So this is still your turn,
This
right?
is
Because you
still
did
my
this
turn.
additional action first.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. I'll develop.
Okay.
Get rid of this mountain
So this is from your hand
from my hand in the 5 position.
in the 5
go.
positions.
I'll
That's
take
going to
this
go
in
into
my hand.
your hand. 5 position.
There we
All
go.
right.
All
So let's see what that is.
Flip it. Oh, it's one of
Okay.
these.
We have another horseman. And I believe at this point we've seen all. We've seen all of the different development
I
cards.
think we've seen a lot of
so
them,
we
yeah.
now know what all the possibilities for scoring are. So for my turn, I'm just going to take these back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's good.
So now it goes back to you.
Okay, so this worked out.
Okay.
This lined up like right where I have the banner.
So you can take it.
I think so.
It's 10
but
points.
that means the fort that I just grabbed is going bye-bye. Because each fort is 6 points.
Yes.
But this is an additional 10 points.
Right.
And the Ronin wants me to have unique things, and this looks like something unique.
Right.
So
So you want to have this character in your hand.
in my hand in the position that's aligned with this banner right here. So I'm going to get rid of this fort.
Okay.
There you go. And
And
then
then-
this is going to go into my hand in the 5 spot.
Okay.
There we are.
Very nice. So what do we have?
Flip that.
We have.
Okay, if this gets depleted, then that's it.
Then that's it. So that's another sentinel. So then it's back to me. I'm going to develop, but first I'm going to send this out to swap 2 cards that are in my hand.
Swaps. Okay.
So I'm
In
going
the
to
hand.
swap, the 3 and the 4 position.
Okay.
And then I'm going to develop the 3 position in my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this
Okay.
and replace it with the horseman. Because 3 points if they're in your hand.
Yeah.
Right? So it's something. It's better than a mountain.
Okay.
All right. That's me. So we have another Tory gate here. Naveen,
A Tory gate.
you can take the Tory gate. This could make up for
This
the Tory
could be
gate I
the Tory
discarded.
gate.
This
yeah,
could be the
yeah.
one.
I'm going to develop.
Okay.
I'm going to take another Ronin.
Okay.
So I'll take this Ronin in the 4 spot, get rid of this mountain in the
From
4
your
spot.
hand.
Yep.
Okay.
There we are.
And what do we have here? This is the last card in this deck. Oh, it is. It's a banner.
Banner. Yeah.
That's great.
For who?
Because of my horseman.
You're going to end it?
I don't think so. Because in order for me to do this, I have to take an additional action
Oh, you're moving
to
it.
swap these 2. Right?
Yeah.
And then I will develop this card that's in my line.
Yes.
With that
You did
card.
do that,
So
didn't
we're
you?
taking it to the end here.
You
If anybody,
did
oh, it's another fort. But if anybody depletes either of these 3
Right.
cards here, then that'll end the game. But it's back to you.
So I can't end it. And this would be it.
This would be it. Yes, because if it gets depleted on your turn, we just go into end game scoring.
I'm looking down and there's proper math. Okay, I think I net 1 extra point if I just end it. We'll figure it out afterwards. Yeah. Okay, I'm calling
okay.
it. That's game over.
You're calling it.
I'm calling it. That's my action. I'm saying it's
So I get 1 more turn.
you do get
If you're
but if
calling it. If you deplete a stack, I don't.
then you don't.
But that
All
would
right,
require you to develop. You have to replace a card.
I'll develop that.
just so I don't get another turn.
Yes.
Okay.
I
What are you
will
gonna do?
get rid of that Ronin in the 4 spot and take this Tory gate.
Okay.
I think I'm going to get 1 less point for doing this, but I don't want you to have an extra action.
All right.
All right,
Hopefully
there we
that
go.
was worth it.
So
Anywho,
2 are depleted.
2 are depleted, and this happened on Naveen's turn.
Right.
I started the game, which means the game is now over.
yeah.
So if any player has any ninjas in our hands or lines, we would have to assign them at this point, and you would assign them a character that is in your territory.
Right.
But actually, first, we're supposed to lay out our hands. So we're going to lay out our hands underneath our lines in their proper
Yes.
positions. So this is what my grid looks like.
This is me.
And we're going to be ignoring the river now.
Been up to.
So this is my 2x5, and this
this
is
looks kinda
Naveen's
nice.
2x5.
There we are.
Now, as you can see, neither of us had any ninjas, so we can skip that part.
I
But
think
again,
I trashed both of them.
before you actually count your scoring, you would assign those ninjas characters. So let's go ahead and count up our points. And to do this, we do have a handy dandy score sheet here.
Cool.
So to calculate our points, we are actually going to go card by card.
Yeah.
Basically card type by card type. Starting with the mountains. Now it looks like we have
trashed them
both
all, yeah.
trashed all of our mountains. So we can skip that. But again, had we had 1, it's 5 points. Any more than 1, it's -5. So
You
it was,
can't get -5 on
you
those.
really wanted
you
to get
can't,
rid of
yeah.
them. Next, we have Naishi. And again, Naishi are these pink characters here.
Yes.
Naveen has 1. And the Naishi scores 12 points if they're in the central column of your line, 8 points if she's in your hand. So this is going to be Naveen's hand,
Yes.
and this is Naveen's line.
Perfect, yep.
So it looks like you score 12
12,
points,
yeah.
right?
The best case scenario for that one.
And I have none. So moving on, we have the advisors.
Yes.
So again, advisors are going to score points depending on their position, plus an additional 4 points for each adjacent Naishi. So for me, I just have 1 advisor in the 2 positions, so it's going to score me 4 points.
Right. I have one in the 4 position, which scores 4 points, and it's next to a Naishi, so they're advising the Naishi. So that is an extra 4 points for
So
8.
for 8. And before we continue, let's just go ahead and remove the cards in the river.
Okay, yeah.
Just so we don't get confused.
Make life easy.
All right, so we have a clear divide here. So next up we have the forts. And again, forts will score 6 points if they are in the corners.
Which both of us
Because-
have 1 each. So
Yes.
it's 6-6.
So it's 6 and 6.
I got rid of 1, so but I
Why?
think because that the banner and the person on the horse.
Okay. Then we have the sentinel. The sentinel has the bow and arrow.
Oh yeah.
Sentinel score 3 points as long as she is not adjacent to another sentinel. Now I have 2 sentinels here, but they are not adjacent because
Yeah.
they are diagonal.
No, that's true.
So they're going to score 3 plus 3.
Then next to a fort.
And then each fort they are adjacent to is an additional 4 points.
Wow.
So it looks like each sentinel scores 7
So
points.
14
so
points.
14 total.
That's better than the Naishi. But I guess it was 2 cards to do that. So,
yeah, you spent this whole action doing that.
I did.
Do you have one?
I don't.
No? Okay.
No.
So then moving on to the Torii gates. You're the only one who has them.
Yeah, I got 2 of them. This is part of the, do I take another Ronin and score 8 points, or do I go with the Torii gate, which is going to be 0 instead of -5, and then this monk is going to score for it. So I think I netted -1 to end the game.
Yeah, so at least you don't get the -5, because again, it's 1 for -5, 2 for 0.
Yeah.
And if Naveen had gotten that third Torii gate, that would have been 30 points. And it doesn't matter where in his territory these
You
Torii gates
trashed
are.
it early.
I did.
Yeah.
All right, so then moving on, we have the monk, and you are also the only one with the monk
That's
cards.
why I picked up that Torii gate.
5 points for the monk
one.
as long as they are in your hand, which they are, plus 2 points for each adjacent Torii gate.
Yep.
So this one is 5 plus 2 plus 2, so 9, right?
Yep.
And this one's 5 plus 2, so 7.
Yeah,
right?
so it's 16. Yeah.
It's good.
Thank you.
Moving on to the rice fields. This is my time.
I was hoping you only had 3.
My time to shine.
This is bad.
So rice fields want to be adjacent to each other.
Oh, man.
And if you have 4 or more, which I do, then it's 30 points. So that's going to be the full 30.
I was really hoping you only had 3.
Yeah, when you trashed the rice field and you were trying to do the
Was
math.
it already late?
Yeah,
You already
I
had
already
it?
had 4. I was thinking,
Did you start with the rice field?
I did.
Oh, there
yes,
you go.
I started
Yeah.
with the
'Cause I
rice
can't
field.
track that. Yeah.
Yeah, Naveen would not have known that.
Yeah.
I think I started with the rice field and I gave you a monk.
Which is one of the monks. I was like,
Yeah.
the thing that I had in my hand was a monk.
Oh, okay.
So you gave me the second one, which is
I wanted
that.
to really try for the rice field strategy, so
Yeah,
there
you
was no
did.
way for you to know that. All right, moving on. We have the banners. So banners only score in your lines. So we have 2 of them, or like we each have 1.
Yep.
And they're both in our lines.
3.
And it's 1 for 3 points or 2 for 8. So it's 3 each.
3 and 3. Yeah.
But fortunately, they also make the horsemen sweeter. So it looks like we have the same deal
I was
here.
kind of bummed when you got one.
3 points if they're in your hand, plus an additional 10 if you have a banner in the same position in your line. So 13 for you and 13 for me.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And finally, we have the one final character that only you have, which is the Ronin.
Yeah.
So this is going to be for the number of different types of cards you have. What,
I better
what did
have
you
at
end
least.
up
I better
with?
have at least 8. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Nice.
These are repeats.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. I had the Ronin here, so I would have scored 8 twice.
Oh.
But I would have gotten -5 on that, so
I
that's only
see.
netting 3, and then
see.
I would have lost 2 for not being next to it. So then, so I -1 point
Okay.
to not let you get an extra turn.
So you have 8?
8.
8 points for
8
the
points, yeah.
Ronin. And none for me, because I don't have any.
Yeah.
And that is it. Those are all of the different types of cards. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of math, and I'll get back to you with our final scores. All right, final scores are in, and they are Naveen with 66 to me with 70.
Oh, that was way closer than I thought.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't think it was.
Yeah.
I think you were thinking it was way worse than it was going to be.
I guess the Naishi was 12.
Yeah. You were just so
30,
afraid of the 30.
is a lot of points, yeah.
But you
But
were
I guess
scoring-
it takes 4 cards to do it. So
Yeah.
it's like, how many is that? 8.5 per card?
And you're scoring points in other ways.
7.5 per card, yeah.
So it wasn't that far off, but there you go.
There you go, yeah. Wow.
That is it.
Nice.
Now, if you're curious, had the game come to a tie, the player with the most different colors in the territory wins.
So the
you would
person
have
who's
won
playing
the
like a Ronin,
tiebreaker there.
yeah. Uh-huh.
So, but there you go. You know, it is a very quick game, but there is a considerable amount of depth because there are, you know, again, there are 11 different types of development cards. That's not counting the mountains.
Yep.
So there are a lot of things to consider. You can sort of switch places, the ability to swap the positions of cards, but the inability to rearrange your hand, that is the key to the
That's
game,
the
right?
whole
It's
thing,
like
yeah.
the heart and soul of it.
Yep.
So trying to get those cards into the perfect positions and also trying to hate draw from your opponent,
You have to do
that's
that,
where
yeah.
the meat of the strategy is going to be.
And like most games like this, there the timing as to when you want to end the game is very, very important. So you were able to kind of swap that card to make sure that you were able to get the horseman in the right spot. And then that kind of put the pressure on me. It's like, do I want to just end it, or
Right.
do I want to end it kind of the traditional way so you wouldn't get another turn? So well played.
That is Naishi. Now, again, this is a 2-player only game, very fast. And so if you wanted to play another game, then you would flip this over so that the other player starts the next game first.
Well, there you have it. That is Naishi. Now, if you have any questions about the gameplay you saw here, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you all so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.